And suddenly he felt anger surging through his veins, feeling so damn helpless for the first time in his life. He clenched his fists. However, he maintained a cool expression, releasing the tension in his palm as he moved forward. He had something on his mind. He called out, "Jimin, your hair?" Jimin heard his voice and looked over his shoulder to see it Taeyang as he turned to him as he inhaled in a deep smoke before he spoke. "Yes, and you?" "The ride to home would take another 30 minutes and my sister damn well pleased to dine here before we took a drive to home. So yeah, I'm here. Well, same goes with my little sister. She was hungry so we stopped here." Jimin's father nodded, excusing himself as he walked down the stairs as both Taeyang and Jimin leaned on the railings. It was quiet for a while. Taeyang exhaled a smoke, saying, "Well, I have got a tense vision case going on at my hospital." Jimin stopped as he was about to take a inhale of smoke and turned to Taeyang seriously. "No jokes, I was informed by a few doctors from my hospital. Well, the patient is someone named Park Wine." Jimin stiffened, hearing the name as Taeyang continued. "Since I did get a patient, I plan on visiting them personally with my doctors to have a clear look and check up closely because I think that will help us." "That's my little sister again." "What did you say the name?" "Park Wine." Taeyang said, acting shocked as if he didn't know what he was doing. "Damn, mastermind." Jimin nodded immediately as he said, "Yeah, that's my little sister. I surely heard from my parents they took her for a checkup, but surprisingly, it turned out to be your hospital. God, I feel so relieved right now." "Don't be so relieved. Some accident took place at the hospital, and her checkup didn't take place, I suppose. Get her visit again to the hospital," he said as he leaned back, his back resting against the railing as he inhaled in a deep smoke, constantly watching her while Jimin hummed, nodding his head as he asked, "So just a few moments before you said you would visit the patient personally with the doctor team, didn't you? So basically be sharp at 11 a.m. tomorrow, my home." Taeyang chuckled as he dumped the finished up cigarette in a bin nearby. "Yeah, I gotta go now. Hey, don't you mind joining us at our table, but your sister—" "No issues at all. Will join. She'll love meeting your family." Jimin nodded, flicking off his cigarette in the bin as both of them walked downstairs talking. Jimin's mom and dad smiled as Taeyang and his sister joined the table. He purposefully took a seat beside his little sweetheart as he suddenly said hesitantly, "Mom, I am full now." Mrs. Park sighed. This little daughter of hers would never eat much despite forcing, because she was a mom worried about her daughter's health, as Emily suddenly said, "Wow, you have such beautiful blue eyes. I am Emily. What is your name?" One flinched at the sudden voice as Taeyong's gaze sharpened at Emily for making his little sweetheart flinch as he glared at her. Mrs. Park smiled at Emily as she said, "She's my younger daughter. Her name is Park Hwan." Emily smiled as she extended a hand forward for a handshake as her mom said, "My dear, she can't see." Emily's eyes widened as she looked at her brother, who was already glaring at her. I'm sorry, Aunt. I'm sorry, Wine. I didn't know. It's fine. You don't need to apologize, she murmured softly as Emily nodded as Taeyong's body relaxed at her soft, melodious voice as he leaned back in his seat as Mrs. Park said, Come. Taeyong frowned as Mrs. Park asked his little sweetheart to come somewhere. Where are you taking her, Aunt? Mrs. Park smiled as she said, Nowhere else, dear, just to wash up her hands. But you are still eating. I'll take her. Please have your seat, he said politely, standing up as Mrs. Park said, No, no, son, as he said, It's fine, Aunt. Mrs. Park tried to say something as he said, It's really fine. Besides, I haven't started eating yet. Wan frowned slightly. This voice was familiar as her eyes suddenly widened, realizing this man was none other than her older brother's close friend. As Mrs. Park nodded finally, Wan, you should go with Taeyang. He'll help you. Wan stood up as Mrs. Park took her hand, placing it in his hand as her breath hitched. Wan POV, this touch somehow feels familiar. Back at the airport too, I ran accidentally into his arms because the sensations and vibes I felt from him was something I feel from people who are close. However, this touch feels comforting as my breath hitched. He started walking, taking me with him. His steps were slow. I could feel it, as if he didn't want to leave me behind by walking very fast. I gulped, trying not to think such things as suddenly he said, We met again, didn't we, sweetheart? My breath hitched again, hearing his deep voice as I nodded quietly, agreeing with him as he let out a laugh. His laugh sounds so deep and rich and makes me flustered. And POV, Taeyong carried her gently, no rushing, no pulling, no pushing, just with calmness and gentleness, while his gaze kept flickering to her. After each second passing by, he felt way too helpless back then, hearing her father wanting to send her away to blind home. Damn it, only if he didn't have that damn noisy of a fiance. He doesn't know. Why he is feeling things this way, but he feels the urge to keep his little sweetheart all to himself, and he just didn't get it why, because but she looked so damn precious to him, and again he just didn't get it why. His heart would do flips at the soft voice, and he did feel weak at his knees whenever he would see her. One thing he understood by now was she wasn't just a random patient at his hospital, she wasn't just his close friend's little sister. Damn POV, damn it, what did I just realize? She is more than my close friend's little sister, more than a mere patient at my hospital. I'm stuck, I'm so stuck with a fiance I never wanted. My little sweetheart, only if I had met you a little sooner. But it's not too late either. I very well know how to get rid of her. You in my arms make me relax. More than anything else, how do I explain this to you? How do I explain this to anyone else other than me? I don't know why, but my heart flutters after I have a glance of your face. My heart skips a bit when I touch you. I feel weak at my knees. My hands right now are trembling slightly because I'm holding yours now. Oh God, I'm done for. How come you don't realize what you do to me, sweetheart? I can never bring myself to. even think that you can't see is a flaw. Those beautiful blue eyes make me want to just stare at them until I drown and get lost. What a cruel fate I have since I was born. My heart felt like it would crush when I heard your dad talking about sending you to blind home because you didn't have a groom. My darling, your worth can never be defined by a groom. You're precious, you're priceless. In my eyes, you're special. I stood behind her, gently holding her hand as I got the hand wash all foamy, washing her hands gently as if it was the most delicate thing in the world. 'Cause I never wanna hurt her, not even by mistake. My little sweetheart, you are all I want. And POV. Taeyong gently washed her hands under the running water as he dried her hands. Pulling out his own handkerchief, one POV, I gulped as he washed my hands, now drying them. He was being too gentle, or maybe I was experiencing real gentleness for the first time in my life. Deep down, I wanted to see how he looked like, how this gentleman looked like. His voice is deep. But somehow it soothes me, makes me feel calm, but also makes a shiver run down my spine. This man is way too gentle, and the fact I'm loving this gentleness, my breath would hitch every time he did call me sweetheart. It sounds good from him. And POV, sweethearts, let's proceed to out, shall we? She nodded hesitantly as her breath hissed when he took her hand gently in his as he gently pulled her a bit closer, now walking towards outside as he said, "We ended up meeting again, didn't we, sweetheart?" She nodded, smiling slightly, which made his heart flutter as she said, "I didn't think I would end up meeting you." "Why not, sweetheart? I'm sure we'll meet more often in future," he laughed, replying to her as she smiled, nodding as he guided her gently. Maybe this was the first time he was being so gentle and carefree with someone, so he felt a bit different, but good, as a small smile lingered on his lips. This felt too good. He gently guided her to the table, helping her sit as he took a seat beside her. Everyone was busy talking and enjoying the food. Emily seemed to blend happily among the Park family, which made him feel a bit at ease. He felt Jimin staring at him weirdly as he sighed. This close friend of his was really cunning and always ready to pull his leg. Taeyong braced himself for every weirdest question his friend would shower on him now. However, before Jimin could speak anything, Mr. Park smacked him on his head, knowing his son very well, as Jimin rubbed his head, glaring at Taeyong as he stifled a laugh. "Sweetheart, would you like some water?" he said in a soft, low tone, as Wine nodded, as he held a glass, bringing it near to her lips as he helped her drink. Their fingers touched, making him gulp as she drank. When she was done, he put the glass of water down. Emily was looking at him with wide eyes, as if unable to fathom the fact that her elder brother was being so gentle to a woman. Heck, if she would ask for a glass of water, he'd smack her head or just ignore her. And now, did he just help a woman drink water and also acted gently? Her eyes narrowed as she sensed something was fishy here as he rolled his eyes at her, making her huff. do you do for a living? I'm a businessman, aunt. Mrs. Park smiled, nodding her head as Jimin just rolled his eyes at Taeyong. Oh God, this tiny friend of his always made him want to love. The look on Jimin's face was hilarious. And are you still single or engaged? Wine stiffened slightly as her mom asked this question to him. She secretly hoped for him to say no. And the color drained off his face. He clenched his fist slightly. The thought of his fiance angering him as he forced a polite tone speaking, and somehow his answer made her sad. It was quite visible on her face. God, he wished so badly he didn't have a damn annoying fiance, as he said. I have a fiance. Her name is Ari. Thank you so much for reading till the end. Your love and support means everything to me. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and tap a like. It keeps me motivated to bring you more. Can't wait to share the next journey with you all. Until then, stay safe and keep believing in love.